Hi! I am making a quick intro because I do not remember what I put as the intro when I started this vlog, and I thought I would just do an overarching talk about what this video is about because I have a feeling that it kind of shifted into a few different things. But essentially, you know, I've taken a really long break from writing, and honestly a really long break from all of my passions. This year has been all about survival mode. Honestly, like not even this year, but like the end of 2021, I had other life goals on the brain, and so a lot of my mental space was taken doing that. However, I hate making excuses. The truth is, as much as I want to blame it on everything else, I still had a lot of free time, and one thing I've been really struggling with is not wasting time anymore. And I don't mean wasting time as far as like doing things I enjoy, like self-care, relax, wind down activities. I'm talking about doing things that I look back on and I'm like, why the heck did I just spend 2 hours doing that? Like browsing Reddit and like just things that aren't actually adding any value to my life nor my mental health or whatever, you know. I'm tired of doing that. And so to get on the theme of this vlog, productivity, I'll try to cut out if I'm too repetitive, but I might talk about this in some of the clips as well. But, sorry, I'm really out of breath. Okay, without getting too like depressing in this video, but just to explain myself a little bit and why I'm struggling with the things that I've been struggling with. I mean, I really have been struggling my whole life with it, but it's gotten so much worse. So in 2021, last year, I finished writing my book, yay. Graduated with a master's degree, yay. All awesome things. And then, pretty quickly after that, things shifted. Zach and I wanted to start a family, and I admit that completely occupied my brain. And when that wasn't working out as quickly as I wanted, I started to use, you know, like social media, internet as a way to pass time, because like when you're trying for a baby, you have to wait for certain moments in your cycle, whether that's waiting to test or whatever. I don't want to get TMI. But essentially, like, I was constantly trying to kill time, and like instead of using that time to do something productive and that would bring me a greater sense of joy, like writing, I went for the easy route and just kind of fell into this habit of like really poor time management again, just as far as like time suckers like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I try not to give YouTube a bad rep, but watching lots of YouTube videos, going on Reddit. And so that kind of started something I'd worked so hard to tackle and had been working so hard to tackle. It kind of started to go downhill again. And then going in 2022, so this year, early this year, we did get pregnant. And then when that ended in a miscarriage, it got really bad as far as like wanting, like just doing time wasters. You know, they were an easy distraction. I didn't have to think. Like, it was a very passive entertainment. And it just, I feel like, I'm trying not to like overcomplicate my explanation, but basically habits I had worked so hard to get better at, and I feel like as I was writing my book and finishing my book in 2021, I completely unwound all of that progress as far as like focusing on what is important to me and working on my passions. Like, I completely unwound it all in 2022. And that sucks. That really sucks. It's really hard to start from scratch again, like rebuilding that muscle of self-control, productivity, self-motivation, all of those things. Because it does feel like a muscle. It's a skill. You have to work at it. And if you go a long time without using it, it's really hard to get back into it. Anyway, so this vlog was just all about me trying again, and as you'll see, it did not go as well as I wanted it to. I have such a tendency to just want to jump right into something, like go from 0 to 100 and just fix it quick. But if there's one thing I've learned in life, I'm 30 now, I'm wiser. Things don't work like that. And if you want real change, you have to, I don't want to say have to, but at least with me, I have to build up to it. And it will make, you know, that's how it happens, is building the habit, not just doing a quick fix. And it's a lesson I've had to learn time and time again. I'm sure I'm gonna have to learn it again after this, but you know, remembering it a little more each time seems to be helping. And I'm hoping to remember it with NaNoWriMo because we're getting back into writing. And of course, jumping into NaNoWriMo, it does kind of feel like 0 to 100 from the outside, but really it's not. You're just doing a small portion a day, and I think is exactly what I need to get back into writing. So I don't want to spoil NaNoWriMo. That's all for my NaNoWriMo video, but yeah, I just wanted to give a brief intro. I'm filming this at the end of the vlog, so this is me older and wiser. But yeah, so please enjoy, and if I repeat myself constantly, I apologize. I'll try to edit it out the best I can. I struggle with editing things out. I just feel like everything I say is so wise. I can't edit anything out. I don't want you guys to miss out on anything. I'm a little conceited. Also, I should have put on some makeup. Hopefully this isn't people's first video finding me. I don't wear makeup a lot. You'll see. Hello guys. Sorry, I thought I got like a message from my boss right as I turned on the camera. But today is Tuesday, August 23rd. And I thought, as I continue to procrastinate working on my writing, that I would continue my series of like coming back to life, coming back to the world, and do a little productivity vlog. And what that means is there's a lot of things I've been doing, or sorry, big correction, have not been doing and have been putting off. Let me see if I can prop you. Okay, you're a little crooked, but hopefully it doesn't drive you too crazy. But there's a lot of things I have been putting off and not doing because I've just fallen into really bad habits again. And sorry, what I mean by that, I'm being so scatterbrained because I'm just scatterbrained. Focus, Haley. You see why it's hard for me to do things? Things have kind of gotten out of hand during my few months of big rest, and I really would like to get things better organized physically and some easier to do tasks done so that I can make more space mentally and just feel good about my physical environment. I'm being so vague and weird. Okay, let me just tell you. I'm trying to describe it, I'm making zero sense. I do not have confidence in my writing ability right now. Essentially, my office has become a mess. That is one thing I need to check off in this productivity vlog today. Hopefully it's just today. It might be a little end of week, like Tuesday through Friday series. We'll see how much I can get done. But yeah, first things first, my office is a mess. A mess. I will show it to you, but you need to promise you're not gonna judge me. Do you promise you won't judge me? Because it's pretty bad. Like, okay, I mean, it's not like hoarder bad, but it's getting there. There's just so many papers that I have no freaking idea what they even are. And they're just everywhere. So let me show you. All right, so just right off the bat, walking in, it's just piles of stuff. Like, this is all stuff that should go into this little cabinet, and it's just not. This bag is full of stuff to put away in the office that I just haven't done. Random scanners, overfilled trash, and then of course the disaster that is my desk. But first, over here, lots of blankets. I mean, it's freaking summer. Why do I have 2 blankets out? I don't know. A poster that fell down, a billboard, my oh god, what is this called? Whiteboard, my sad whiteboard that I made myself that fell down after the other one already fell down. I cannot keep a whiteboard up on this wall. It's driving me nuts. I'm trying everything. And then yes, the desk. We've got nice organizers that are not really even being utilized. Random cards I haven't put away. Like, it's bad, guys, it's bad. And then even over here, I don't even know what's in this box. I think it's Zach's stuff, I have no idea. And that is to help prop up this because the hose kept falling out. Anyway, while the space isn't terrible, it's definitely cluttered, and it makes me feel cluttered and disorganized in my thoughts, and so I would like to fix that. So that is a big thing on my to-do list. Second, in my like mental decluttering, is I am very behind on both personal emails and work emails. So I think getting my electronic clutter more organized will also help me just feel better, even though it's not, oh, sorry, I'm so out of breath. Even though it's not directly related to my writing, but just, I think once I feel not overwhelmed and like I'm drowning and falling behind so much in other aspects of my life, it will help me feel more open and ready to tackle my creative endeavors. Because of course, like, my thinking is like, I don't want to prioritize writing when like everything else in my life is like up in flames right now. I'm being dramatic, but that's how it feels. So I thought I would turn on the camera for this because I do better when I have accountability. I learned it with my reading vlog. It was so helpful to have these videos that I was making and working towards, and hopefully that will help me today as well. So right now, I know I said first things first was the physical space, but I have a couple work things that I absolutely have to do right now. So feel free to join me in this productivity vlog if you have things that you've been putting off and have to get done, or if you just want to watch it and be inspired either by how chaotic my life is or inspired if your life is also chaotic to do something. I don't know. Is this also my way of procrastinating my writing even more? Yes. As they say, no one, like, what is it? I don't even know the quote. I don't know if there is a quote, but basically, like, my house never looks cleaner than when I'm working on a book, because that's how I procrastinate, is by cleaning. So I will say, when I was working on my thesis and I had to actually write, it was a disaster then too. So yeah, you have to find that sweet spot of procrastination. Thankfully, the one thing that never gets disorganized are my lovely bookshelves, because I don't know, I just like them. Like them all in order. Here's my Nancy Drew books. I think these are all of mine now. I think I got them all from Home, Harry Potter, Twilight. I forget what's down there. I think a lot of memoirs and some books on writing, or maybe the books on writing over there. I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, don't let me procrastinate anymore, you guys. You're such bad influences. I'm just kidding. Let's do this. Also, one reason I'm being so productive is I had an actual caffeinated beverage. I've been trying not to drink many caffeine beverages, but I had one today and it kicked in and it feels good. This was a pumpkin coffee. Oh my God. I'm not like a huge pumpkin spice latte person, but Dunkin's pumpkin flavored coffee, just the right kick, just the right amount. And it definitely tasted like fall. And now I want fall very badly. It's been kind of rainy the last couple days. Finally, we've had like the most dry summer ever. And it's just put me in the fall mood, even though it's still super hot out. Don't care. I'm ready for fall. I'm declaring it. I'm done with summer. I'm so done with summer. It's fall time. All right, yay! Got some things done. Still have one big thing for work I have to do today. And then I'll feel really good about my work day. And it's already still morning, and obviously I'll do more work. I'm not saying I'm like done for the day, but yeah, feeling good. Had a really productive morning. But it's 11:30 a.m. My stomach is growling up a storm, and I'm starting to feel a little nauseous from it. So it is time for my first lunch of the day. I usually have kind of two, though my second lunch is more of a snack. But yes, welcome to my life. So this is actually my least favorite part of the day because trying to figure out what to have for lunch is always a huge battle, though it's been getting a bit better. Though I still don't have very many options. I don't know what I want to eat. Let's go figure it out. All right, the final product, which looks questionably appetizing, I admit, is some leftover taco meat, avocado, quinoa, corn, and cheese, and lime juice, and salt. Hopefully it tastes good. I gotta eat soon because I don't know if you can see, but I'm very shaky. So I went too long without eating, but that's life. All right, it is now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The day is flying. I just felt inspired to lie down. Oh, but it's stretching my stomach. Ow. But I'm gonna do an update while I'm lying down because my back's hurting. Lunch was actually really good. Pretty proud of myself for putting in a variety of food versus just having a plain Jane lunch like I normally do. And unfortunately, during lunch, I started watching, I mean not unfortunately, fortunately for me, Caleb Joseph's video, the Colin Hoover one, and also his July Patreon video. So now the afternoon has kind of escaped me. And for those of you who might not be familiar exactly or not know that name, he used to be Insane Reader. He now goes by Caleb Joseph, which I think he made the transition a few years ago. Okay, I cannot lie down. But we cannot spend the afternoon watching YouTube videos. That is not my productivity vlog. See, you guys are helping me out already, getting me out of my YouTube cycle. So I think next step, I'm gonna do one more thing for work that I have to finish, that I've been putting off. It's like a bigger thing I have to do. Okay, you cannot lie like this either. I need to be hold on, there we go. I don't usually lie on this couch. I should lie on it more. Yeah, I have one more thing I have to do that I've been putting off. I'm gonna do it today. And then I thought I was gonna hang photos first because that just felt better. But I'm still kind of stumped how to hang my cardboard whiteboard. I think what I'm gonna do, so what happened, if you wanna know my saga, I used command strips. Well, first I used command strips, like heavy duty command strips to hang the actual whiteboard that I had, but with the heat, the command strips melted and it fell. And so now I have this lightweight cardboard one that I was like, oh perfect, this thing's not gonna fall. It literally weighs like hardly anything. I could probably add tacks to it. Anyway, sidetracked. The thing I was gonna say, if I wasn't gonna hang my stuff up, is I have a bunch of papers, as I said, that need sorting. And so I kind of thought too, one project I could do today is finally get my filing cabinet fully sorted. I've like started to sort it, but I don't have labels on it, and I have a label maker. And so I wanna make labels. I'm out of breath like this too. I need to sit up. And oh my gosh, as I look out my window, I see some leaves changing. I don't even know if it's so much the leaves are changing as they're turning brown from drought. Because they're definitely like some coloration, but I don't know. Let's get on it. The pumpkin coffee I had earlier is definitely starting to wear off. I'm starting to feel very sleepy and the heat's not helping. So I'm gonna turn on the AC while I do all this, which means you're gonna get some B-roll footage because my AC is super loud. Thought lying down would feel good, and it does, but I could fall asleep right now. I'm not gonna do it. My body's like, don't do work. Do anything but work. Okay. Well, I just like actually fell asleep, and there's just like a half-hour footage of me just like knocked out like this. Let's go. I'm gonna show you the pretty fall leaves first though. It's like maybe 20 leaves. I'm back before I had a chance to film montage clips, and I just remembered I meant to do that and I forgot. But I finished the work I had to do for work. Yes, huge weight off my shoulders. You know how those tasks just like build up so big in your head and then you do them and you're like, why didn't I do this earlier? It wasn't that big of a deal. That's what happened. Haunted balloon. Oh gosh, I look a lot worse than I thought I did. Don't you love it? I thought I like made myself look put together. I just look so shiny. But hi guys. I obviously did not finish everything yesterday. I didn't even get close. Though I did do some work tasks. That's a hard word to say. That I've been putting off. So that felt really nice to get that done. But yeah, today I want to actually get my office in order. I don't know if I'll finish absolutely everything. It will feel so good to have this room fully organized. And then I have the other rooms in my house to tackle. But I'll start working on my writing again before I tackle those rooms, because that's just a never-ending journey. But yeah, last night after my walk, which I enjoyed doing, my legs still were bothering me a whole lot. And so I kind of just laid down and Zach massaged them for me. And I then went to bed. But today's a new day. I am not feeling anywhere near as motivated today, but that doesn't matter. I want to do this. I want to be productive. And I think once I get going, get in the rhythm of it, that position's making me nauseous, then it will kind of start, you know, what do you call it? Snowballing. There we go. Yeah, let's go. Oh my God, I am so excited. I had to interrupt this moment. Biden just announced he's forgiving 10K in student debt. Or they. I don't like when people only give credit or blame to the president. There's multiple people involved, so yes. Wow. It won't get rid of my debt, unfortunately, but it's gonna make a huge dent, and I am kind of speechless. I'm just like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Like, I think, and he's extending, or they're extending the loan payment until December 31st again. And Zach and I have actually been able to save money because of this, like not having to pay any student loans. And it just like gives us a taste of what debt-free life is gonna be like. And so we're gonna have 4 more months where we can continue saving. We're saving for a down payment on a house. We're trying to buy a house next year. So this has been huge. I know a lot of people are still paying their loans, but we agreed to wait because first of all, we hoped that some forgiveness was coming, and it did, so yay. And second of all, because getting into a house and not spending money on rent every month was more important to us than catching up on loans faster. Blah, blah, blah. This probably isn't very interesting to some of you, especially those who don't have student debt or who don't live in a country where college is so expensive, but I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I'm like so in shock. I can't believe it actually happened. I totally had no hope. I like really thought it was all talk, no action, you know? I can't believe it's really happening. I'm so excited. All right, we got the folders, the piles of paper that have to be organized, some new folders, some that already have papers in it. I think we're ready. A few days later, I think we're ready. And I finally got some labels for these so I can actually organize it. I'm excited to finally get going. My camera's not been very good at focusing on me lately. It kind of chooses the background. I don't know why. So if I'm ever blurry, I'm very sorry. It's supposed to have better smart technology than that. But it is kind of old. I mean, it's not that old. Zach tells me it's old. I disagree on technology aging as fast as other people think it does. But today's Saturday morning specifically. I got up at like 5:30. That's just my life lately. And I just felt an urge to still get things done. I think things kind of fell off track Wednesday because I had my anatomy scan Thursday. My 20-week anatomy scan. And even though I've been pretty positive about this pregnancy and very hopeful, ultrasounds are still very nerve-wracking for me, like leading up to it and going to it. And so Wednesday I kind of was just like trying to distract myself with tasks and organizing, but I slipped back into bad habits of just like, you know, wanting to pass time, things like that, like on Reddit and stuff like that. But so everything went great. I'm happy to report. Sorry, I tried to say well and great at the same time. And so now things are really happening. It seems like odds are it's really happening. So more than ever, I gotta get my act together. So I'm gonna spend the morning organizing all my papers that have been unorganized for a very long time. And we'll go from there. I definitely wanna like start with my office first, just because this is the place I spend the most time in, and like when it's cluttered, I feel more cluttered. It just makes sense to get this space in good order so that I have the clarity, I guess, I don't know, of organizing the other places. And I think I'm repeating myself now, so I'm gonna stop. And I'll show you the after. I'm not gonna show you during it because I'm wearing like, it's very hot out, you know, it's summer. And I'm in like this tiny little nightie, and I didn't feel like getting dressed before I started filming. So I'll show you the after results. Sorry if that was TMI. It might have been TMI. Oh, and a lot of my papers have my address on it, and so I didn't want to like accidentally flash my address to the entire world, because you know the entire world watches my videos. The tacks worked. I finally have my makeshift DIY whiteboard up again. So excited about that. Ignore the dates of the timeline goals I had. Yeah, we're gonna have to rewrite those. I don't even remember when I started this vlog. I called it like productivity day, but this is just like gonna be a productivity vlog in general. But I finished putting the papers away, and now I actually have to make a mess of my office again because I am hand making my baby shower invites. So you win some, you lose some. But I am so excited to get all of the file sorting done. I feel so good. It's like I don't have stray papers anymore. I should have done this forever ago, though it did take a lot longer than I think it would. I think that's kind of the lesson I'm learning for any of this like getting stuff done projects, is like some of the things are faster than I think, like my work related things, but some of the things take so much longer. And I just remembered a work related thing I have to do today. Oh my god. But one big thing I did was hang up this thing, but it feels so good to have it out. And now I have to actually update the dates because there ain't no way I'm meeting some of these deadlines anymore. I'm still gonna meet the end deadlines, so that's my goal. I'm not changing the last ones, but I'm just gonna have to speed through. I think I had a lot of rewrites and different drafts to go through, and I had given myself a lot of grace for the holiday season, which I should still do, don't get me wrong. But I had a goal to submit to 22 agents by the end of this year, December 31st. My goal is just one agent. I feel like 22 means I feel super duper confident with where my book is at. But if I just want to hit that milestone of submitting to one agent, I think that's what I'll do. Oh, and on here I had like outline book 2, start book 2, outline book 3. We're not going to worry about that this year. We're just going to worry about finishing the one book. All right, I'm rambling now. I'm procrastinating starting my baby shower invites. What I have to do, so I already printed them. I think they're really cute, but what I'm gonna do And I had this idea to do it before. Sorry if you have no interest in this. I just love invite stuff. I like mail, stationery, like that's why I'm doing them myself. Like, oh my god, I cannot talk. I'm not sick, by the way, I just have a lot of phlegm. My family offered to do absolutely everything. My sister-in-law is throwing my baby shower for me along with my aunts-in-law, I guess you would call them. But I mentioned the one thing I really wanted to do was the invites because I did them for my own wedding, and I think I showed like mini clips of me doing that. And I just really enjoyed it, and so I'm doing it again for the baby shower. But I have to add, this part's gonna take a really long time. I have to add a glitter outline to all of them, which I had thought to do anyway because I thought it would be cute and make a way for the gold in them to kind of pop, because this is just printed on regular printer, like there's no shine to it. And now I'm definitely gonna do it because some of them printed crooked. And so adding a nice frame to them will hide the fact that, hopefully well enough, that some of them are slightly crooked. So it worked out that I had this planned before anyway, and now I'm definitely doing it versus just maybe doing it. One thing I also did today and the last couple days, I think I mentioned here how I really wanted to start writing again, and I'm just this year starting to, I want to really embrace doing things that bring me joy, even if it's like, I know that sounds so simple, but like, you know, writing letters is something that brings me so much joy, but because there's just always something more I should be doing, like my to-do list seems endless. And also I just waste so much time just like watching TV and doing things that I don't bring me as much joy. Like they bring me quick joy, but not like fulfilling joy. I haven't done it, and I realized I wrote my last letter to my friends in general probably in 2019. And I think that's really sad because I love doing it. So I like wrote a bunch of letters to a bunch of friends, and I still have a few more to go. I made like a list of all the friends I wanted to write to, but I got a bunch done, and it felt really good. I did that this morning and yesterday, I think. I'm in a really good place, and I always have to relearn this lesson. Like anytime I kind of start to fall into like bad habits again, and like time wasting habits, like purposefully time wasting things, like being on my phone too long, browsing Reddit too long, like all that stupid stuff, I start to feel less excited about life. And then I like am confused why I'm feeling that way. And then when I decide to like dive back into doing things that make me happy and like living, I feel happier. And it's just sad. Like I keep forgetting that, and I'm trying to remember it more than ever. Especially because, you know, sorry to talk about my incoming roommate so much, but it's gonna be harder when she gets here. Like, I know that. I'm not naive to that fact. And so I feel like I have to be even more purposeful with what I do with my time. And it's not like, you know, once I have a baby, I'm gonna be like so super focused on being productive and like trying to be like a super person or anything, but I'm gonna have even less free time, and I don't wanna use that free time in a way that doesn't make me happy, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to get a hold of it now so that hopefully it will be easier to translate next year. All right, it is not productive to ramble, so we're gonna stop rambling. We gotta be on theme, but I'll check back in with you guys when I get that part done. And then I think the final thing I'll do for this vlog is, once the invites are like dried, like the glue's dried and everything, and I have those all cleaned up, I'm gonna finish the final touches on my office to make it look good, and then I'll end the vlog there. It's just like getting my writing space in good order, and it will be symbolic for feeling like I have my life in better order. Not perfect order, that will be impossible to achieve, or a lot harder to achieve, but I have to stop talking because I can't breathe. It does get me to shut up more, I will say that. It is now mid-September. This productivity vlog is taking so long, but I wanted to give a happy update. I have been really productive this week, mostly with work-related stuff, so it's kind of boring. But I've been amazed how much better it's made me feel. Basically, Monday and Tuesday of this week, I like cranked out a million things that I had to do for work and it felt so good. And like at first it was like hard to face because there was a lot of things I was supposed to have done a long time ago, and I hate to admit that. Nothing super important, obviously. My job's not life or death. Everyone survived, but it just felt good to like catch up on a huge to-do list. And now I don't know, just all week I have maintained feeling on top of things. I still have a long way to go as far as like completely crossing everything off, and I think if I did cross everything off at work, that would be, well then what would I do? I think it's impossible to completely cross everything off. It's made me feel so much better, and it's made me feel almost more, it's weird because you think if you work really hard, you're gonna feel less relaxed, but I'm definitely the kind of person that like, if I take too much of a break too many days in a row, or like, you know, go slow and steady or whatever, you just feel more stressed. You like try to relax after work and then you just feel more stressed out because there's things you should have been doing or that you should have gotten done. You know, this is something everybody knows, but it's really nice to actually have it put into practice. It has inspired me too, just after work. I feel like keeping the momentum going a little bit, and I've been able to get some stuff done around the house as well, like deep clean my kitchen, which is what I'm gonna do now because, oh my god, that has not been cleaned in a very long time. Like deep clean, like get in all the nooks and crannies of the microwave and the stove and all that stuff. So, and I don't know if I ever updated about the baby shower invites, just in case I didn't. Adding the glitter to them it just didn't go well. I ended up not doing it at all because the glitter literally was everywhere. Even if it was glued, it was patchy. I couldn't get it to like smoothly align along the border. I used different kinds of glue, wet glue, stick glue. It just didn't look good. The idea of it looked good, but it itself didn't look good, so oh well. You win some, you'll lose some. Oh my gosh, calm down. It still looks messy, but I've done so much. Isn't that so frustrating? Like my desk still looks like a disaster. I just don't have loose papers anymore. I just have stuff. And I used to have papers there. Those are all gone. And the floor, well, there's some stuff from the baby shower invite disaster. And the last thing I have to do is hang up that poster. But I have to make sure, like, I used a command strip last time and it fell. So I have to I think I'm just gonna do 2 command strips instead because I don't want to put more holes in the wall, and we ran out of hangers anyway, so we're getting there. And then hopefully too, one thing that will make the room look so much better is getting rid of the air conditioner because it has officially been in the 60s the last 2 days. So maybe we can get rid of it, I hope. Oh, I would love that. Can I whine for a second? Oh my gosh. So it's a million years later. I've mostly got my office looking good. I still have finishing touches I want to do before I show the final reveal and wrap up this vlog. So I've been working on being more productive, obviously the whole point of this vlog. And there's a serious downside that I did not think of before. But it's like the more productive you are in a day, as far as like, I mean work-wise, like my job, I send emails. That's like the majority of my job. And so I've been working on like responding faster and getting things done like before they're due and all this stuff, and like being super productive and trying to wrap up old projects. The downside though is it is extremely overwhelming to get all of the replies back at once versus like when I just focus on like one project at a time or a couple projects at a time, you know, I can kind of like manage it better. But now that I'm like literally trying to tackle everything at once and address everything quickly, I'm like dying. I'm laughing, but I'm like so close to a mental breakdown. And I'm talking on this camera right now, even though in 20 minutes I have a meeting where I'm supposed to have 3 things done, and I just had today to do them. And on top of that, I had 4 hours of meetings, and so I haven't had time to do them. it's just crazy. And like, but I just had to do it by me, and I like didn't have time before. I don't know. It's a whole thing. It's not interesting. Definitely a downside. Like, I remember this from, what was I reading? Oh, The Happiness Project. I read The Happiness Project, which I did really like. I know not everyone likes those kind of books, but I did really like it. And she mentions like tackling things on her to-do list and like trying to get things done. And then one of the big downsides is like a lot of times when you tackle something on your to-do list, it opens up like 3 more things to do. Like, and so that's kind of how I feel, is like I've been trying to tackle all these things and it's just opened up so many more things, and I have never felt so overwhelmed. And like, my boss is great and she keeps asking, you know, what she could do to help me, but there's just a lot of things that like, it would just, I'm almost like embarrassed to like say what they are, because they're all, like, I'm embarrassed to tell her to like help with it, because they're all little things, but it's just, there's so many little things, and it's like, it would just take longer to explain all the little things than to just do it myself, so it doesn't really help. I don't know. I just wanted to share that because I feel like it would be dishonest if I didn't talk about the downside or the obstacle I'm hitting trying to change my habits around. And yeah, I just really miss when I was just working on my thesis and that is all I cared about. And I just, which is funny to say because I don't want to say really miss, but just, it's so much easier and nicer on your brain to have like one thing you're focusing on at a time. I'm getting to the point where there's just so much that I feel like frozen and can't do anything. But obviously I can't not do that. Everyone at least is always very gracious of what I do. I don't ever feel like people aren't appreciative, thankfully. I just keep telling myself 2 more months. I've just got 2 more months and then I'm not working for 6 months. That's how much leave time I'll have, which is fantastic. And I can do 2 months. I don't know if I'll finish everything in 2 months, but then I won't have a choice. Like, it'll just be, sorry I didn't finish, I'll get back to it in July or whenever I go back to work. So, whoops. Oh my gosh, I need a vacation. I feel like the weekends aren't even restful because when I come back on, like, sure, I take the weekend and I don't think about work, but then I come back on Monday and there's a lot of people at my job that email over the weekend, which is their choice. I don't. If they want to do that, that's fine. Our work doesn't make us do that by any means. But the problem is that on Monday mornings, I have hundreds of emails. I am not exaggerating. I have hundreds of emails and it makes Monday mornings extremely unpleasant. And so some people who like do what I do actually check their email over the weekend just because it's so overwhelming to try and like organize it all Monday morning. But then you just never have time off, and so that's obviously not a good solution. I'm sorry for ranting about this. It is so not part of this vlog. I'm done with my day job. I'm so done. I am so done. But I'm not anywhere near done at the same time. And now I have 15 minutes to prep for my meeting, so I have to go and try and get as much done as possible. Oh my god, quick update. The meeting I was dreading and trying to prep for got canceled. The universe heard me. But now I have to do a million other things today, and I have 26 minutes to do it. Yay. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. personal prize if I win NaNoWriMo this year is a new mini tripod, because right now, you guys, I'll show you what you're on. I don't know if you can tell. You're on a balance of tissues and laptop. I'm sorry. And a microphone. I've been wanting to get a microphone because I'm so sick of all the background noise and the bad audio. So I finally finished cleaning my office months later. This vlog didn't go quite as I wanted. I wanted to show like my whole house clean. That didn't happen. I got the office clean, and just knowing that everything around me is in its place feels really good. I cannot begin to explain how good it feels. But as far as like productivity went, it was a struggle. I mean, as I said, like I started this vlog a long time ago with the intent of like filming over the course of a day. That stretched to a week, that stretched to a month, that stretched to now. So it just, it's a battle that I've had for a very long time. It's something I really want to work on in my 30s. I wish I'd worked on it in my teens, but here we are. I think reminding myself that I build things up in my head, tasks I don't want to do, or just situations to be this huge thing. Like I just finished wrapping up cleaning my office in like, I don't know, like an hour, 30 minutes. And it's something I've been dreading doing for a long time. And so just getting it, like I hate the advice of just do it, because like that feels impossible sometimes when you're just in a really bad headspace about getting things done. But sometimes it just really works. Like I feel so much better when I finish something I've put off for a very long time, and I wish it didn't have to get to that point. And so that's something that I'm working on, like especially because, yeah, this is my dream to be self-employed. Or I guess not self-employed, but just like a published author. I don't know if that counts as self-employed. I think it does. I mean, that's like the ultimate dream, to like just rely on my writing for income, because that would be amazing. But you know, I can't do that if I can't be more disciplined, I guess, but also just find balance. Like that's really the key word, because like what happens is I go so hard and then I burn myself out, and then I don't do anything for a while, and then I feel guilty for not doing anything, and so then I go really hard again, and it's just this cycle that's just not working. It hasn't worked for 30 years. It's not gonna work for the next 30 years. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope that in some way this, I don't want to say inspiring, because it's not like I cracked the case. I have solved like the issue of like procrastination and productivity, but maybe it helped you guys feel less alone if it's something you also struggle with. You're not alone. And to give myself some credit, and hopefully to give you credit too, like I don't want to make excuses for myself. That's not what this is about. But like I feel like I'm really hard on myself, but when I take a step back, like dang, like I've written a book, and like technically 2 books, because I had to rewrite the whole thing. And you know, I just got my master's degree in writing.
Haley Abby Bascom Niziolik.
Woo, Haley!
Zachary T. Niziolik.
Yay, Zach!
And you know, all these things have happened, but like I'm just so hard on myself because I see the hours I don't spend being productive, and I'm just not where I want to be. And there's other people who are just faster at it. And but yeah, sometimes just taking a step back and giving yourself a little credit is helpful too. So hopefully you guys do that as well. Okay, I guess next time I'll see you guys is tomorrow for the start of NaNoWriMo. Well, to see how the start went. Stay tuned, I don't know either. Thank you for watching, and I just really look forward to getting back into writing with you guys. Bye.